You can tell when somebody the firm handshake shit is the main giveaway. That's a big giveaway. When you meet someone and they crush your hand with a fucking handshake.
Yeah.
Like, hey, nice to meet you. I'll do it to you. I'm just kidding. But when people like crush your hand with a handshake, you're like, oh, you've been doing manosphere shit, and everything you're about to tell me is fake. That like fake it till you make it. Like make eye contact, chest out, shoulders back, firm handshake.
Yep.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
This is what I do.
And when people like, you can tell when people are doing this posture. You can tell. You can see that. We saw that in New York. You know the guys with the button-up shirts, that shit. Like those guys were cool and everything, but there were a handful of people where you could tell they were like ready to pulverize a handshake and make solid eye contact. How about this? Just be comfortable in your own skin and don't do the 48 laws of power on me, because I can tell. I can see that from a mile away. I can see. And by the way, Robert Greene, who wrote the 48 laws of power, Robert Greene. Go look him up. 48 Laws of Power. Robert Greene. You must always punish your enemies. Silly Billy shit. 48 more Laws of Power. I guess you'll just have to buy another book. Silly Billy! And then you see him in interviews. He's a fucking weak bitch. You know what I'm talking about? Nah. You didn't go through this. That was like... When I was in my 20s, 48 Laws of Power, that was like a huge thing. It's the book, The 48 Laws of Power. Learn how to become a CEO, billionaire, master of the corporate world. A shark. You'll be a shark swimming through 48 Laws of Power. And then you look at this guy and he's a fucking, first of all, Silly Billy. Second of all, Robert Greene.
I want you to develop.
He looks like a fucking...
Makes a lot more sense now.
Yeah.
A different mindset. I want you to go and
I want you to believe me and buy my book, because I accomplished so much. Here's a list of what I accomplished. Writing a book.
Undisciplined. They think in science and mathematics.
You can be like me. You can write a book. You can also podcast.
Whether it's in action.
Didn't he write a PUA book too? Like The Laws of Seduction? Or
I mean, you would. His publisher, once the 48 Laws of Power took off, his publisher was probably blasting off, you got to do 48 laws of this, 48 laws of that, 48 laws cookbook. Why not? We got to go. 48 laws of pickup, seduction, learn how to get women. 48 laws of being the man. 48 laws for kids. 48 laws for kids. 48 laws for women. 48 laws for cripples. 48 laws for gays. 48 laws of gay sex by Robert Greene. How many books are there? There's probably 50 fucking books by this guy now. 48.
We got George with the 500 Chilean or Argentinian currency.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books. That's less than I thought, but still.
The Art of Seduction.
Nobody has such a broad scope and amount of wisdom. Greene said, I'm Jewish, but I don't have a hardcore spiritual practice. That sounds weird. Jeez Louise. Very few people have enough upstairs to warrant writing 7 books. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.